Pulitzer Prize-winning historian, author, and journalist Garry Wills has been called perhaps the most distinguished Catholic intellectual in America over the last 50 years. His lucid view of religion's role in America is unexpected and instructive.
One of the things, though, that's good about being an historian is that when you look back, things have always been bad, but in American history especially, we've had enlightened religion that respects the laws of nature, of nature's God, that takes a very rational approach to even religion. And luckily, that was ascendant at the time of the foundation of our government. The deists were in. But we have had three really outbreaks of evangelical opposition to science and reason and enlightenment. And they occurred by an accident at the beginning of three successive centuries, 19th, 20th, 21st. The beginning of the 19th was not bad. It was the Second Great Enlightenment. It was the explosion of Methodism, etc. And it came about largely because separation of church and state and the foundation of the government had given free play to religion. And it did introduce egalitarian elements into our culture. It depended on government practically not at all. It was self-starting. There wasn't much government to depend on. It did itself in over slavery. It tore itself apart over the people saying the Bible defends slavery and people saying, no, it doesn't. So it ran about 30 years and ended. The second one was the beginning of the 20th century, the fundamentalists. And they depended on government much more. They said, let's get the government to impose morality. Let's say you can't drink alcohol. You can't teach the evolutional theories. You can't deliver the mail on Sunday.
Blue laws.
So that one ran only at its peak about 20 years, largely because they tried to use the government, and there was a reaction against that, especially over prohibition. And the third one was at the beginning of our century, and it has run its course, I think, in about 10 years. And it went way beyond the others in terms of using the government, so that we had things like the religious right telling the president and the Republican Congress over Terry Schiavo, jump. And they said, how high do you want us to jump? And so Congress rushed through a resolution to intervene in the situation, and Bush rushed back from vacation, got up in the middle of the night and signed it. Well, 81% of the people in America said that was inappropriate. So they overreached faster than the other ones. And I think we're seeing the end for practical reasons. Why I think it's ending is that the mechanics of this last surge of religiosity have been interesting. Homeschooling, Christian colleges. And the thing is, the Bush administration plugged into this and appointed people out of these Christian colleges to the regulatory agencies, to congressional staffs, so that even the civilian people who were sent over to Iraq were recruited by Cato Burns' husband. And the test was, are you a Republican religious person? You know, are you opposed to abortion, etc.? So people sent over there to restore banking were asked whether they believed in. Well, once you get a Democratic Congress and a Democratic administration in, that flow will be cut off. You won't stock the regulatory agencies and the congressional staffs.